Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm coming to you from Gentoo Linux Xfce desktop. And we're going to install Pardus Linux, which is a distribution that's based on Debian stable. So I look for it to be very stable. Let me go over to my desktop, and I got it set up in VirtualBox, but before I do that, I want to show you we got OBS Studio running, and I just closed Firefox so that the memory cache hadn't settled down yet. But you can see with OBS Studio running, it's only running 761 megabytes. That's pretty good. While we're here, let's just make sure this is the Dell Optiplex 7010. All right. Let's bring up the VirtualBox. And let's also bring up Firefox. And let's go to their home page. So this is DistroWatch. Listing Pardus as based on Linux. Debian, country of origin is Turkey. It's only 64-bit. It's got the GNOME desktop and the Xfce desktop. It's a categories desktop, live medium, and a server. 121 hits daily. This is their homepage right here. pardus.org.tr/English/home, English/home, or EN. When you click on their download button, this is where you'll get it right here. So you can select Xfce, GNOME, or the server. They also have some more architectures available: Raspberry Pi, education. Let me go ahead and just close this out, and here got it set up in my VirtualBox. I did enable EFI, gave it 2 cores my processor and only 4 gigs of RAM. Let's start it up. All right, so first selection is you'll have to select your language, and I'm going to select English, and let's select the graphical desktop. I really love their little animated splash screen. And surely we're going to get a little larger screen here. Also, I downloaded this ISO about 3 weeks ago now. So we are online. Let's do something about the display. See what our options here are. Do we have a 16:9? Yeah, there we go. Apply. Let's keep it. Close. We got updates available. The installer is right here. Now this is the Pardus installer. This is not a Calamaris installer. This is their own installer. All right. Program will ask you some questions and set up the system on your computer. Click next. The United States English is correct, but you got a big long list of different locations. Click next. Let's type a test. This is an ampersand. Actually, that's not an ampersand. That's an asterisk. Okay, so that works. Select your keyboard. I'm gonna go over here. I got to America, but I didn't get Chicago. There it is. All right, I'm gonna click next. All right, so if we let them set it up and I give it a 6 gig swap space, let's see, we don't get any indication about how it's going to partitioning. I do like this install system with updates, but I'm going to go ahead and hit manual partitioning. Click next. Do you want to create a new partition table? Yes. All right, so we've got not sure. That shouldn't be formatted. I wonder if I can. Manual partitioning. Oh, maybe this is messing it up. Nope. Yeah, that's messing it up. Come on. There, had to go back. Now we should be able to manual partition. And we're gonna just delete all of this, give it our own. Delete that. All right, now we'll say create. Oh. All right, let's see here. Let's delete. Yes. Free space. I want to create. Let's edit partitions. There we go. There we go. So that was a little more complicated than it needed to be. So we've got a partition table, but let's go ahead and make sure of it right here, GPT. Now we'll give it a new partition and we'll make that 512 megabytes. This is going to be FAT32 and say OK. Now we'll give it a swap space and let's give it 6 gigs of swap. Linux swap, say add. And let's just leave the rest of this. Instead of giving it a home, we'll leave it as root. That'll work. All right, so let's write the changes. Say yes. After this is through, we'll change that DOS partition to. Right here. Change the flag to boot. There we go. Close. Make sure this flag says root. That's not even available. So we're good to go. We'll close out of this. Now we should be able to say refresh. Well, we didn't have to. It refreshed on its own. We gave it 6 gigs of swap and 34 gig hard drive. Mount point. Select the mount point. Assign to root. Thought I already did this. Assign to boot. Assign to boot EFI. There we go. All right, so now we should be good. Say next. Ah, what did I kick next? Back for. Yeah. Refresh. Say next. Oh. Root. Assign to boot EFI. Format. That's not supposed to be a FAT32. Okay, this is getting to be a lot more trouble than it was worth. Edit partitions. Change that back to FAT32. Click apply. Close. Here we go. Now let's assign flag. Assign to boot EFI. Assign to root. And we should be good. Say next. Do you want to set a boot flag? Sure. Thought I already did that. Give it a name. And a password. All right. No, same as root. Log in as root. Use the same password. Must have big letters and all that. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, here's a description of what it's going to do. Let's hit the install button. Gee, that was a little more directional than I wanted it to be. Let's look at their menu, and I'm not sure if all of this will be installed by default. This is the Xfce desktop, so if it is, then we're going to get GIMP for photo editor, LibreOffice. That means we got LibreOffice installed, Firefox, a web browser. That might be, what's it called? Opened up Firefox. I guess we have to assign it. Yeah, under multimedia, Audacious, Pulse Audio Volume Control, VLC, and Xfce4. Under Office, we do have the full suite of Libre. Now, here's a nice category. Let me see. Will this let me stretch that out? Yeah. And it's their own Pardus category. About Pardus, opens your computer, install Pardus, which we're doing now, boot repair, Pardus font manager, greeter, image writer, Java installer, light dim settings, nightlight, package installer, power manager, Pardus software center, Pardus update, Pardus USB formatter, and Pardus Xfce tweaks. Maybe we won't mess up the installation by opening that up now. Yeah, nice. They do have some really nice wallpapers. That's a little busy. I kind of like that one. More like the blue. And that's pretty nice too. Let's just leave it at that. And we do have some cards going by on the installer. I'll pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, so please do not turn off your computer during the installation progress. It's clearing the package manager, which is APT. I guess that right there, Tubata is Turkey. Wondered if the same wallpapers was going to be in here by default. But yeah, isn't that the one that we had to start with? .29 gigs, but I gave 6 gigs to. I'll get 4 gigs of RAM and 6 gigs of swap space to the Pardus. Okay, so the installation is finished. Do we want to restart the computer and use the new system? I'm going to say no. And then I'm just going to power off. And let's see if it removes the ISO. Yep, it's gone. So we can just start right back up. Wonder if it's waiting on me to press enter. Nope. Yep. Let's start it right back up. Pardus, GNU Linux. And I won't expect it to remember the resolution. Again, I do like their animated splash screen. Based on Debian. Should be very stable. But considering Debian just had a major release, you would expect this to be at least as up to date as that. So if you're running Debian, well, we're going to log in. Yeah, okay. That took a minute. Nice login screen. All right, so let's find. Oh, we got to set something else up first. I want to find the display first. Let's change that to 16:9. Say apply, keep it, close out. Application helps you to confirm Pardus. All right, let's say next. We're not going to change the wallpaper. We're going to go to dark mode. Nice. Next. Here's some display settings, scaling, your panel size. All that's good for right now. Mouse cursor, next. Turkish keyboard. If you wanted to add any other keyboard, right here, the English keyboard, you could add that as well. Show keyboard indicator on the panel. Don't want that. Say next. And here is the shortcuts. Control-Alt-T does bring up a terminal. Add, remove workspace, Alt, insert, delete. Hey, cool. There we go. And we got updates, and I could have swore I told it to update. Maybe I didn't. Well, let's see. Control-T brings up a terminal. And do they have an updater in their menu? Pardus update. Let's run that first. Okay, Firefox is going to be upgraded. Download size, we're going to say go for it. Going to require a password. Say go for it. So they got their own updater. I wonder if there's an about right here. Yeah. Pardus update. And I can see by my network monitor, it's definitely reaching out. See if what is installed, if at all. Not found, but can be installed. Cat. Pardus Linux with some more Turkish language, I'm assuming. Version. Pardus. ID light. Pardus GNU Linux 23. Okay. Check again. Up to date. So we see sudo's installed, and it is, apparently. We're going to say, yeah, install NeoFetch. Let's close out the Pardus updater. And I believe if I went into this category right here, that I could stay in here for another half hour trying to see what everything does. The greeter, that was the thing we first saw, I believe. Pardus update we just run. Pardus USB formatter. I'm not sure what that program is. Let's open it up. Actually, I probably could have done this, maybe. Edit application. Pardus USB formatter. Know about here, I'm sure. Yeah, here we go. They got their own USB formatter. Pretty nice. So they've done a lot of tweaking, and it's not really, on the surface, it doesn't look like Debian. It looks like its own separate distribution, and that's really nice. Use an analyzer. Let's see, did we get, yep, we got GIMP. I think these were in here before, except maybe the Ristretto. Image, we got Firefox and a mail reader. Multimedia, we got something less in here. I don't remember what it was, but it seems like there was more. We do have the full suite of LibreOffice. The Pardus category, that's really nice. I don't really care much for these icons. Not fonts, icons. Pardus Xfce dark. GNOME. Let's see here. Yeah, now I know what those are. So now let's run NeoFetch. Customize right down to NeoFetch. Pardus GNU Linux 23. Your MIC. VirtualBox. Kernel is 610 or 610. 6.1.0. 852 packages downloaded already or installed already. Xfce4, Pardus. Yep. Oh, let's look and see if Flatpak's installed. So let me just say Flatpak. If I had to guess, I would say no, but it can be installed with sudo apt install Flatpak. So all in all, I mean, it's a very nice looking distribution, and it comes with some great tools, their own category with these tools, which is really nice. Nightlight package installer. Let's open that up. Select a dev package. Review. No, I don't have any of those. That's not what I thought it was. Let's go back. Image writer, Pardus creator, package installer, software center. All right, well, it must be updating. Sudo apt update. Yep, let's see, does this work? Wow. Pardus Software Center. So they've customized everything and made it their own. Who can complain about that? And it seems nice and everything seems to work. The store, let's see, can we just search? Let's see. Just search for something I know is going to be there. And that was amazingly quick. Yep, very nice. Repos. Could add repos here, I'm assuming. Yeah, let's see what they got down here. We got log out, the time, notifications, the power indicator for your laptop battery, volume. Let's make sure volume works. It appears to be. That should have been it right there. System sound recording. Just because I'm not hearing it doesn't mean it's not playing or can't play. I wonder, let's see, let's go into the computer. Root, user, share, getting close, sounds. Let's copy the music. Let's just double click it, see what plays.
Front, center.
So we definitely got audio. Nice. Let's see, what is this? Is this? Yeah, Stunar. Very nice. They've even customized Stunar quite a bit. This is a pretty nice system right here. Would I recommend Pardus? Probably. If you was interested in a Debian-based distribution. For now, though, let's see. Pro-Op-T. H-Top installed. Nope, but I bet Top is. Let's see, under memory, it says we're using 1.1 gigs. Close out of that. Clear that. Swap on. -S. See if it gave us any ZRAM. Okay, I have sudo privileges. There we go. It did not assign us ZRAM. So if you want ZRAM, you'll have to install it and create it. That's pretty nice. Let's see. ODF file process. Huh. Oh. There we go. So SDA3, we only had the one. We didn't create a home partition. It's used 6.3 gigs of the 33 that had available. About 21% of it. So it's not huge. Do they have a system monitor? This display, task manager. That's useless. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and power this down. Close out my virtual box. And let's go back to the front view here. That was Pardus Linux, and it's based on Debian out of the country Turkey. And it just seems on, I haven't used it on real hardware for any length of time. I did install it last week, actually the week before last, and I looked around in it some, and it's taken me this long to get back to it. And I tell you, this probably or may be my next candidate for my Optiplex 790 test machine. Just put it on there and run it for a month and see what happens. Right now, it still has my Gentoo installed on it. and I don't want to wipe it out. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is Dennis, and I'm coming to you from Life Home and My Linux Journeys. I appreciate you guys watching. This is Pardus Linux. Peace out. Bye.